Thanks a lot, Mark. I apologize for the video quality. We just don't have a great signal in here. Turning our attention now to the boys' game. And as I said, and I mean, we got here in plenty of time, but I just haven't had enough time, honestly, to talk to anybody from Alcoa. I'm guessing, although that's a pretty good-looking group down there for Alcoa, I'm guessing they're missing their football guys, or at least some guys that would contribute. But they are 5-1 on the year, so obviously this is a pretty good group we're going to be facing. And the Wildcats and Tornadoes are about to tip off, and it is so loud in here as Lucas Hammonds will jump for the Wildcats. Jumping for them is the number Al, as the Wildcats come down with a tip. And what are you going to call? It's got to be a foul on number 2. He just slammed Oak Ridge's Price Davis to the floor. I mean, Price just got killed. As Wildcats Price Davis is running the point for the Wildcats. Coming off on the right side, it goes to Grayson Strader, Brennan Scott. Over it goes back to the top to Caden Brightheart. Brightheart dribbles around the screen by Price, stops, swings it out to Grayson, thought about a 3, will not shoot it. Backs it over to Brennan. Brennan hesitates, will not shoot. Price with it against the zone. Back to Brennan it goes. Brennan not given any room to shoot. Dribbles right, there's Hammonds free. Hammonds comes out to the top of the circle. Back to Strader it goes. Around the right side it goes to Price, around to Brightheart. Had Brennan in the left corner if he wanted him. Couldn't get the ball to him. Lobs it over to Grayson Strader in the right corner, back to Price Davis. To Caden Brightheart. We've played almost a minute and we have yet to score, and there's going to be an offensive player control foul. He wanted to put a post move on him, but he was just a little bit too aggressive. He just lowered his shoulder and knocked him down.
Yeah, he was way too obvious in what he was trying to do that time, David. You know, maybe a little acting on the defensive side, but that's normal.
Down the floor will come Alcoa, number 5 with it. That'll be All, I believe. Trying to listen to that name. It's spelled A-Y-L. L. And we got a travel call. Good defense. Price Davis causes Brady Hahn, 5'10 junior, to turn the ball over. We played almost a minute. Thank you, Mike. Mike Kelly in attendance here, one of our sponsors. Oak Ridge basketball. 6:55 to play first quarter. The Wildcats turn the ball over. Here comes All down the floor to number Coco, who goes in for the shot, no good. Rebound tipped and taken away by Oak Ridge. Grayson Strader with the basketball, finds Brennan Scott, and down the floor. It's a mad scramble here to start the ball game. Wildcats Brennan Scott, Grayson Strader for 3, no good. Hammonds lobs the ball back out to Brightheart, and then there is going to be a whistle, and a foul on a shove is going to be called against number 10, Lucas Hammonds. That's number 2 on him, so Lucas obviously feeling aggressive here in the early going.
Yeah, that's awfully quick to pick up 2 fouls there. We're only a minute and a half, just under a minute and a half into the ball game.
Wildcats are going to get Marcus Peters in the ball game. The Wildcats playing now with, let's see, Grayson Strader. Looks like Ray Watson's in the ball game. Bryson Comer and Brennan Scott. Their basketball. Comer guarding number 5, holding it off to number 2. That'll be Carter. Carter guarded by Bryson. They trap him up high, swings the ball to his left. They'll drive to the free throw line, look inside, but no place to go. Here's a shot off the mark, no good. Rebound by Grayson. Grayson Strader pulls it down to Ray. Ray comes down the floor, looks to his left, comes back to Strader, has Marcus Peters on the right wing. Over it goes to Strader once again. We've played almost over 2 minutes and nobody has scored. The Wildcats turn the ball over. Here comes Alcoa down the floor. An ugly beginning as they work the ball, and Bryson steals it to Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters coming down the floor for the Wildcats. Turns, spins, drives, shoots. What a shot. What a move. Marcus Peters has the first 2 points of the game.
Nice job that time. He had to shoot it with the left to avoid the defender, and he did exactly that.
2-0 our score. The Wildcats trapping in the rear court. Number 2 comes out of there. He runs over Bryson, and they're going to call a block against Bryson. Personal foul will go against him. The Wildcats already with 3 post fouls. That'll be a block against Bryson. It'll be the Tornadoes with the basketball underneath the goal. Number 4, Brady Hahn to work the ball in with Bryson Comer right in his face. Here comes the lob. It comes in, saved away by Alcoa. They work the ball out to number 5. Cannot shoot against Ray. Backs it up. Got a screen. Drives in against Grayson in the paint. Ball is up, and it is good. thought it was going to be blocked. You talk about an ugly start. Here comes Wildcats Bryson Comer. But he whipped to the ball. Down the floor will come Alcoa. 2-2 our score. 5 minutes to play. Here's a shot. It's up. Good. They score and the Wildcats want to run. Here comes Ray down the floor. Brings it across to Bryson Comer. Had Brennan early. Couldn't get the ball to him. Marcus Peters is wide open for a three. No good. Bryson Comer has the rebound, and he is going to be fouled. Personal foul will go against the Tornadoes. If he hadn't have twisted him like that, they might have called a jump, but he twisted him around, and that's going to be a foul against them. 4-2 our score, 4:47 to play first quarter. Bryson Comer now coming out of the game. The Wildcats playing with Brennan Scott, Marcus Peters, Grayson Strader, Caden Brightheart, and Raekwon Watson. Marcus to work the ball in from the baseline. 4-2 Alcoa. Ball's worked in, wide open. Ray for three. Good. 3-point shot for Raekwon Watson, his first 3 points, and the Wildcats take the lead. Here comes Alcoa down the floor. They get a shot off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Hahn. Hahn cut off on the baseline there by Grayson Strader, and back on offense will go the Tornadoes. Number 4, that's Brady Hahn. Drives in, right elbow. They kick it out to number 12. Drives in, the paint, shoots and scores. Off the glass goes A.J. Love, and the Wildcats trail by 1. 6-5. Here comes Marcus down the floor. Marcus Peters in the paint. Shot no good. Battling the rebound. Coming out of there, Grayson Strader into Brightheart. 6-footer good. Caden Brightheart scores for the Wildcats, and Oak Ridge retakes the lead by 1. 7-6 to score. Here come the Tornadoes. Moving left to right, wearing their all-white jerseys with maroon and gray. The Wildcats in their cardinal and gray. In the lead, 7-6 here at Alcoa with the basketball. Brady Hahn works the ball for a three on its way. Good. 3-point shot made good by Javen Carter. His 5th point of the game, and the Wildcats trail by 2. 9-7 the score. Here comes Raekwon Watson with the basketball. Stops, gives it off to Brennan Scott. Drives right elbow back to Raekwon. Around the Brightheart to Marcus Peters. Drives the baseline, slings it back to Caden for 3. No good. Rebound Alcoa. Coming down with it will come Love. He pulls up and drives to Carter. Carter cut off there by Brightheart. Mad scramble, first quarter basketball. 3:16 to play. The Wildcats get a steal. Caden Brightheart with it to Grayson Strader. Here comes Grayson down the floor. Pushes it up to Peters. Can't control the pass. Hit him in the hands, and he looked away just as the ball hit him in the hands.
Yeah, he was looking for opportunities there to either shoot or find somebody open, David, and he just took his eye off the ball.
9-7 Alcoa, 3:08 to play in the first period. The Wildcats have Quez Thomas in the ball game for the first time. The Wildcats getting a lot of bodies in early. Wildcats have Quez and Brennan, Caden Brightheart, Grayson Strader, and Ray Watson. Bounce pass along the baseline. They've got number 30 in the ball game. That's Jude Green. They launch a shot, no good. Quez has the rebound. Quez Thomas pushes it up the floor. There's Brennan Scott. Pulls up, shoots. 3-pointer, no good. Tipped by Grayson. If he can save it, he throws it out to Ray to Quez. Quez to Brennan once again. Fakes the 3, dribbles in, lost the ball. Taken on the floor by the Tornadoes. Coming out of there with the basketball, A.J. Love. Out to the top it goes. 9-7 Alcoa, 2.5 minutes to play. They drive in for the shot. Good. 4-point game. Wildcats having trouble finding a good shot as the Wildcats push it up to Quez. Wildcats down 4, 11-7. Oak Ridge in against the zone. Over it goes to Grayson. Grayson Strader hands it off to Brennan. Cannot penetrate. Slings it over to Brightheart. Brightheart thought about a 3. Won't take it. Backs it over to Scott. Brennan Scott looks into Grayson. Around the left side it goes to Thomas. Into Grayson. On the right block. Pulls up. Shoots. No good. Gets his own rebound up. Good. Grayson Strader puts it in. And the Wildcats trail by 2. 11-9 the score. 1:52 to play in the first period. With the basketball will come number 2 for them. That's Carter. He's 6'2". He is a junior. They work the ball cross court. Number 11 thought about a 3. Dribbles right. Gives it off in the corner to Green. Green drives in the paint. Stripped to the ball. Here's a steal by the Wildcats momentarily. Saved on the floor by the Tornadoes. They drive in for the shot. It rolls off the rim. No good. They get the rebound again. Back up with it, and everybody fouls him. I think Quez is going to be the guy officially committing the foul. It is Thomas with his first foul. Team foul number 4 against the Wildcats. Grayson Strader with 5 rebounds early to lead the Wildcats. To the line will go Carter. 5 points in the game. Brick. Off the back end of the rim, he'll have another one. Minute 28 to play. They're substituting into the ballgame. Number 10, Joseph Carter. Checking out will go Jude Green. Jude's a 6-foot senior. He's a big boy. Back to the free throw line will go Carter. Wildcats down 2. A minute 28 to play in the first period. Toss. Good. Quiz trails by 3. Here comes Ray. Quickly to Quiz. Quiz drives in. Shoots. No good. Rebound to the Tornadoes. Bodies all over the floor back in the rear court, and they'll set up their offense. They get a steal for a moment. Wildcats, good hands everywhere. Alcoa by 3, 12-9. With the basketball, Joseph Carter. Picked up by Quez. The Wildcats 4-0 on the year. Alcoa 5-1. 12-9 the score. The Wildcats trailing by 3. Picked up his dribble. Fires a ball to the corner. Goes to Coco. He launches a 3. It's good. And the Wildcats are down by 6. That's 5 for him. The Wildcats push it up to Brennan. He shoots a 3. It's good. 3-point shot for Brennan Scott. And for Brennan, that'll be his first 3. The Wildcats down 3. 15-12 the score. Here they come down the floor. Coco guarded by Quez at the midcourt circle. 35 seconds to play in the first quarter. Alcoa will get the ball first in the second period. The Wildcats want to stop right here. They sling it off in the corner to number 5. That'll be All. He works the ball cross court to number 12. That'll be A.J. Love. 21 seconds to play. Love dribbles against Quez at the free throw line, kicks it on the left side. They'll drive the baseline. Here comes a near steal. They get a bucket, good, and a foul. What a mad scramble first quarter. It is just all kinds of scrambling out there. A mad scramble. They have an opportunity for a 3-point play. It'll be number 5, Ale, at the line. 17-12, the Wildcats down 5. 12.7 seconds to play, and Ale will have one shot. 5-point lead. Wildcats playing a lot of players here. Free throw, good. Back to a 6-point game. 12 seconds, the Wildcats coming down the floor. 10 seconds. Ray at the point for the Wildcats. 7 seconds. Got a screen, dribbles in, kicks it out. Brennan for 3. Good! And he's fouled in the act of shooting a 3. And he has an opportunity for the rare 4-point play, and that's a big play to end the first quarter.
Foul on Love on the shot.
0.9 seconds to play here, essentially ending the first quarter as Brennan goes to the free throw line. The shot is no good. They get a full court shot. It's up, no good, as the first quarter comes to a close. 18-15, Alcoa leads the Wildcats. We're on FM 92.7. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Welcome back to Alcoa High School. David Clary, Mark Case, Lee Wexler, Zach Dorman, Ben George, Brian Bennett back in the studios. The Wildcats down 3, 18-15. They've trailed by 6 on 2 different occasions. It'll be Alcoa getting the ball first. Best way to describe that first quarter was just scramble.
Yeah, very
chaos. Yes, as the Wildcats come out with Grayson Strader, Raekwon Watson, Lucas Hammonds is back in playing with 2 fouls. Price Davis is in, Caden Brightheart, their basketball. Wildcats down 3. Little hand check there by Price. They work the ball top of the circle. Over it goes to Carter. Carter holds the ball. Joseph Carter now drives in against Caden. Nearly lost the ball. Saved on the floor by the Tornadoes, number 11. That'll be Coco. Both teams playing a lot of players early on. Coco with the free throw line. Back to Carter for 3. Good. Pretty shot. Nothing but net. And he's got his first 3 points. The Wildcats trail 21-15. Here comes Ray down the floor. Over goes to Strader. The Wildcats have yet to get much going on the inside. Hammonds with 2 fouls had to sit early. Raekwon with the basketball to Lucas. Hammonds back to Strader. Wildcats. Lucas over to Caden Brightheart. Brightheart looks inside. There's Lucas. He's got a good position. He spins. He shoots. No good. Gets his own rebound. Ripped out of his hands. They call a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give Oak Ridge the basketball. 21-15. The Wildcats trailing. 6:56 to play. I know the stream is bad right now. We apologize for that. Grayson with it. Free throw line. Into Lucas it goes. Goes up for the shot, and he's fouled. Foul called against the Tornadoes. We'll send Lucas Hammonds to the free throw line. Lucas, I don't want to jinx him, but in the Sevier County ball game was 7 for 7 at the line, 5 for 5 in the fourth quarter, really, to help the Wildcats win. Yet to score in this one. He's got 2 fouls. Free throw is good. 21-16 Alcoa. 6:51 to play, second period. Back to the free throw line, Lucas Hammonds. Toss, good. Alcoa down the floor, moving left to right, wearing their all-white jerseys. Alcoa looks like a very confident basketball team.
Yeah, they do. You know, it looks like it, to me, it looks like it starts with number 2, Javian Carter. It's a shot up, no good. Ooh, I'm surprised. I thought the Oak Ridge player jumped in from out of bounds to grab that, but apparently not.
We'll take it as the Wildcats substitute Brennan Scott back in, and Price Davis will check out. The Wildcats playing with Grayson Strader, Raekwon Watson, Brennan Scott, Lucas Hammonds, and Caden Breithart. 21-17 on the score with the Wildcats down 4 or 1. It remains as that 3 is up, no good. The rebound, Breithart comes crashing down to the floor and lost the ball out of bounds. 21-17 our score. The Wildcats trailing with 6:26 to play. The Wildcats had gotten the stop on the other end of the floor, but couldn't do anything with it offensively. It'll be Alcoa basketball. Brady Hahn will work the ball in. Wildcats pressing in the rear court. Hahn with it. Cross to Carter. Carter guarded out high by Watson. They'll set up their offense. The Wildcats extend it out once again. Here it goes with number 4, Brady Hahn. Hahn dribbles against Strader around a screen. They launch a 3. That's not a good shot for them. Raekwon has the rebound for the Wildcats. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Raekwon, Grayson Strader. Offensive player control foul is going to be called against Ray as he ran right over the top of number 4, Brady Hahn. Wildcats missed the shot anyway, but going at full tilt, good defense by the Tornadoes.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of play that Oak Ridge likes to run as well, David, so you can't really fault them for that.
Here they come down the floor once again, the Wildcats in a 4-point game. Here's Carter with it, driving. Right elbow shot, no good. Rebound, Brennan Scott. A couple quick shots, I think, by Alcoa. Last 2 trips down the floor. Let's see if the Wildcats can take advantage of it. Breithart with it, looks inside to Lucas Hammonds, pulls up and shoots, no good. Wildcats, that was an off-balance shot. Really not a good look. He's able to hit those shots, but that one was a little bit off balance.
Yeah, I mean, the fadeaway there from the post, David, just wasn't a great shot selection in my opinion.
Here comes a near steal by Breithart, saved away by Hahn. Wildcats down 21-17, 5:18 to play second period. Their basketball. Carter to the hole, shot is blocked, but a foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. Wildcats have got to get something going on the inside. We've got an advantage in size.
Hammond picked up his 3rd foul, David.
So Bryson Comer, who was just about to come into the ballgame, is going to have to come in, and he's going to have to give them good minutes here. 6 points in the ballgame for number 2. Misfires on the free throw. That's Carter, as Hammond is going to have to sit the rest of the half. 5:13 to play in the half. 21-17, a 4-point game. The Wildcats trailing here at Alcoa. They'll play at home Tuesday against Powell, and a week from tomorrow at Central. Free throw is good. 22-17, back to a 5-point Alcoa lead. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. With it will come Raekwon Watson. To Strader, to Bryson Comer. To Ray. The Wildcats go inside. Nice pass. Layup good by Grayson Strader. And that's kind of a mismatch. The 2 4s on one another. Brady Hahn, they list him at 5'10", and Grayson's at least 6'4".
Yeah, he's a tall boy down there. I think by far our tallest player.
22-19 the score. Oak Ridge trailing by 3. Their basketball, number 5, that's Ale. Harassed out high, trapped in the corner, and has to call a timeout. 4:38 to play. Let's get the mic over there to Lee Wexler. Lee's keeping up with turnovers and rebounds right now. What are you seeing so far, Lee?
Right now, Oak Ridge has turned the ball over more times than Alcoa. Oak Ridge with 4 turnovers, Alcoa 3, so a little bit different than the girls' game. Right now, Caden Breithart leading Oak Ridge with 5 rebounds so far. Everyone else either has 1 or 2. Let's see, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rebounds for Oak Ridge. Only 2, 4, 6 rebounds for Alcoa so far.
I like the way Alcoa plays. I don't like the way they're playing against us right now, honestly. But, I mean, they have some great ball handlers. They got some shooters. They don't have a great deal of size, but they really play hard on defense.
Yeah, they do. They're so quick. I mean, their girls' team was very quick as well, David, but this team's very quick.
With the basketball will come the Tornadoes. 4.5 minutes to play. Along the baseline, they get a shot up. No good. Blocking foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge, and that's going to send Carter back to the free throw line. Personal foul goes against the Wildcats. It's going to go against Brennan Scott. That'll be his first foul. 22-19, the Wildcats down 3. Free throws up, good. Carter back to the line. The Wildcats have Quez Thomas back in the ball game. His brother, you might remember Nugget, who played for the Wildcats several years ago. Carter back to the free throw line, 4-point game. Free throw missed, and getting in position and committing a foul was number 30, Jude Green, and the Wildcats will have the basketball. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor, moving right to left, down by 4. 23-19 the score. Wildcats, Ray with it to Caden Brightheart. Cannot penetrate right. Goes to Quez, to Marcus Peters, who's back in the ballgame. To Quez, to Caden. Caden drives in, no place to go. Has to back it up to Quez. Quez outside the line. He's a good three-point shooter. Can't get a shot off. Here he goes once again. Brightheart, picked up by Green. Dribbles right. There's Quez. He shoots. It's for 3. It is no good. Rebounded by Bryson Comer. Right back up with it. He wanted to. He's fouled. Personal foul goes against the Tornadoes. 23-19 the score. Bryson Comer is a big, strong boy, and he pulled down that rebound. 16 foul called, so no shooting for the Wildcats. It'll be Marcus Peters to work the ball in. 3:54 to play first half. The ball comes in to Caden Brightheart. To Quez for 3 again. This one is no good. Rebounded by number 11. That'll be Coco. Here they come down the floor. Oak Ridge down 4. Coco for 3. That's no good. Rebound to Bryson Comer. To Brightheart. Here comes Caden down the floor. Caden slings it into Quez that is. Back to Ray for 3. No good. Rebound tracked down by Quez. Saved away by Carter. Goes in for the shot. No good. He's fouled. Wildcats so close to getting that one. The Wildcats are kind of rushing their shots just a little bit, although those threes have been open. It's a 4-point game. 9th team foul called against Oak Ridge, and back to the line will go Carter. My only hope is we can run them out of gas like we do a lot of other teams.
Yeah, that'd be good. I mean, as you said, they're probably missing players on the football team, so typically when that happens, they just don't have the depth. But Alcoa seems to have quite a bit of depth right now.
Free throw is missed, and he looks a little tired himself, a little short on that one. Carter back to the free throw line. He's a 6'2 junior, and he's had a good start to this game. 3:25 to play first half. He has got 8 points, now 9. As the Wildcats will get Grayson Strader in. Marcus Peters will check out. The Wildcats trailing by 5, 24-19. Grayson Strader, Raekwon Watson, Caden Brightheart, Brennan Scott, and Bryson Comer, the 5 in the ball game for the Wildcats. 3:21 to play the first half. Oak Ridge down 5, 24-19. Comer with it. Round to Ray. He's got his man if he wants him. That's a mismatch in terms of just speed. Ray to Grayson. Couldn't get in there. Caden Brightheart's going to drive left. Ray for 3. Boy, they need the shot is no good. Rebounded by the Tornadoes. Wildcats got to figure a way as they get a shot up. No good. Bryson on the rebound to Scott. Brennan Scott coming down the floor. Brennan drives in. Right elbow. Drives right back to Strader it goes. Grayson will not shoot. Wildcats have got to find a way to get Brennan Scott open.
Yeah, he's taken some shots. They just haven't fallen yet for the Wildcats as Comer turns the ball over.
Tried to make a move inside, turned it over, and down the floor once again will come number 11, free throw line. Might have taken an extra step. Hits the shot anyway. That'll be Coco, and the Wildcats are down. And down the floor they'll come. Their biggest margin, 7 points, 26-19. Ray drives to the hole, shoots, good. Raekwon Watson off the glass. Gonna have to do more of that, get some penetration, back to a 5-point game. 2:13 to play in the first half. Here they come down the floor. Coco dribbles, stops, Hahn for 3. Long range shot way off the mark. Rebounded by Brightheart. Brightheart to Ray. Here comes Raekwon down the floor. Raekwon in the paint. Gives it off to Brennan. Penetrates, pulls up to Bryson Comer, layup, good. Bryson Comer off the glass, 4 straight points, and here come the Tornadoes down the floor. Back to a 3-point game. Here comes the 3 on its way, clang off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Brightheart to Brennan. Brennan Scott dribbles, drives, shoots, no good. Missed it. On the rebound will come Alcoa. 94 seconds to play. They're driving. They're stopping. They're shooting. Clang. No good. Rebound. I think they're going to call a foul. The 10th team foul, probably against Brennan. It was a late whistle. Might have been a good call, but it was a really late whistle. That's going to go against Grayson. That'll be his, according to the PA announcer, that'll be his first as they go to the free throw line. Toss is good. Wildcats getting Price Davis back in. Wildcats trying to get some fresh legs in there. Down to a minute 28 to play. 27-23, the Wildcats down 4. Free throw, good. They're not putting on any pressure against the Wildcats. Here comes Price down the floor. Price dribbles right. Wildcats, Brennan Scott fakes the 3, drives in, baseline jumper is off the mark. No good. Kind of forced it just a bit, but I don't have a problem with him trying to shoot. He's maybe the best shooter on the team. As they get one up, it is off the rim, no good. The Wildcats look tired, to be honest with you, as that ball is loose on the floor. Bryson picks it up, saved by Hahn. He thought about a 3, won't take it. 5-point Alcoa lead, a minute to play in the first half. 57 seconds and counting. With the basketball will come Carter. Carter swings it out to Hahn, throws one up there off the rim, no good. Rebound, jump ball, alternate possession arrow to Alcoa. Good hustle there by Grayson Strader, just couldn't get to it. 5-point game, 28-23. Here's Marcus Peters coming into the ball game. Most of the guys on the floor for Alcoa have played a lot of minutes. Their basketball, Wildcats, Marcus Peters steals it. Here it goes to Brightheart. Brightheart down the floor. Caden to the hole, layup, good. Miscommunication by the Tornadoes on the inbounds, and a nice play by Marcus Peters. 33 seconds to play. Here comes Hahn down the floor. Swings the ball left side to Carter. Carter, 27 seconds to play. 3-point Alcoa lead, 28-25. Tornado basketball. Carter dribbles, take a charge. Shot is missed, blocking foul. Tried to block it. All you got to do in that circumstance, Mark, is just stand there. Let him run over you.
Nice lesson, David.
It'll be, once again, Carter at the line. Carter looks dead. He stayed in there the whole time. He's providing a lot of offense for him.
Yeah, I was looking down there. I think they've only gone 2 people deep on their bench. So they're gonna struggle with that in the second half, I would think.
I hope so. Free throw is good. Back to a 4-point game. 18.5 seconds to play. 29-25 Alcoa. Wildcats. Free throw's good. Alcoa substituting Jude Green back in. Oak Ridge currently playing with Raekwon Watson, Grayson Strader, Marcus Peters, Brennan Scott, and Caden Brightheart. 5-point game, 30-25. The Wildcats down 5. 13 seconds to play. Wildcats start the play in motion. 10 seconds. Ray to Grayson. 3-pointer. No good. Rebound, Marcus had it. Battles for it. 2 seconds, 1 second. It'll be a turnover with 1.4 seconds to play. They're going to get Carter back in for that 1.4. You just don't want to give up anything easy right here. 30-25, the Wildcats are down 5. Here comes the Carter, midcourt shot on target, but no good as the first half comes to a close. Very little stoppage of play there, Mark. Your thoughts on the first half?
I think you said it well after the first quarter, David. It's very chaotic. Just up and down, which up and down basketball is fine if it's organized, but this just seemed, like you said, it's a little bit more chaotic than what we're used to.
30-25 is our score. We're going to take a break, send it back to Brian back at the station. Thanks a lot, Mark. We're about to start here once again. Appreciate you guys doing a lot of talking there. Zach Dorman doing camera work. Lee Wexler, Mark Haste, Ben George, along with Brian Bennett back at the station. The Wildcats had the ball first as we start play here in the second half. Wildcats Grayson Strader with his back to the goal. Turns, spins, throws up a hook, no good. Rebound to Alcoa, saved on the floor by the Tornadoes. We were talking about this, and this is my personal opinion. I think we have an advantage inside if we could ever get the ball inside there without picking up fouls.
Yeah, I would agree with you, David. We got quite a bit of side between Strader and Hammonds there. I think we could really take advantage of the post.
5-point game. Their basketball after the Wildcats missed shot. Their basketball. There's a hand check there, no foul. Carter with it. Works the ball to the right corner. Good defense by Strader, cutting off the baseline, not allowing number 10, Joseph Carter, to drive. 7:17 to play, third quarter, 30-25. The Wildcats down 5. Alcoa has led most of the way. They get a 3 off. It's no good. Rebound, Ray. Raekwon Watson pushes it up the floor to Brendan Scott. Outside the line, nice move. Drives the baseline, gets the layup, good. It's a great drive along the baseline, and we need that from Brendan Scott. And the inbounds is almost taken away by Ray. Saved away by Hahn. The Wildcats down 3. Their basketball. They've got a 3. It's wide open. It's no good, though. Wildcats, Scott has it. Wildcats wanting to run. Brennan, Caden, Brightheart, layup. He missed it. Rebound by the Wildcats for a second. Loose on the floor by Carter. Down the floor they'll go. Shot is up. No good. They get the rebound. No good. Grayson's got the board. Here come the Wildcats. Mad scramble once again. Here comes Lucas Hammonds inside the Brightheart. Off his fingertips. Saved by Scott. The Wildcats have got to be a little bit more aggressive in guarding the ball. Wildcats down 3, 30-27. Strader with it. Top of the key to Raekwon Watson. Splits the defense and falls down because he's fouled. Personal foul. Really good defense. It was like a wall just all of a sudden shut as he hit it, but they were a little bit slow closing that wall.
Yeah, that foul called on Coco for Alcoa, David. That's his first of the game, first of the half.
You're pretty crisp on that, Coco. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball, and it comes to Strader. And it goes Brennan Scott. The Wildcats down 3 with the basketball. Brennan looks inside, shakes, bakes, goes inside. Lucas Hammonds off the glass. No good. Little short. He normally gets those to fall, but not tonight. Here they come down the floor. Hahn for 3. No good. Rebounded by Strader. They're a little cold coming out of the break. Here comes Brennan down the floor. Brennan Scott. Free throw line. Jumper on its way. That is no good. On the rebound, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Oak Ridge. Bryson Comer is going to come into the ball game. Lucas Hammonds is going to check out. Can't say the Wildcats haven't had their opportunities here in the first few moments.
No, they definitely have, David. Some of them have fallen, but unfortunately that last one just didn't.
30-27, Alcoa in the lead. The Wildcats pressing hard. There's a turnover. Travel called against number 10, Joseph Carter. Good defense by the Wildcats, and Oak Ridge will get it. Down 3, 5:39 to play third quarter. We know the stream is bad on the video. We apologize for that. We just don't have a good internet signal in here. I apologize for that. As the Wildcats, Caden Brightheart is going to try to work it in, and he does. In it comes to Ray. Wildcats look into Comer. Grayson Strader backs it up. Wildcats, Brendan Scott steps up. Brightheart's got the basketball, penetrates. Ray thought about a long-range 3 to Comer. Bryson can shoot from out there, will not. Over it goes to Brendan Scott. Dribbles in, stops, pulls up. It's going to be a charge. Yeah, a little bit out of control there. He just ran right over the top. He had planted his feet and was just standing there, and Brendan ran over him.
Yeah, I agree with that call too, David. Brendan just tried to, you got to credit him for trying to make something happen, but he did run over the defender there.
Alcoa basketball. Wildcats pressing once again. They work it in, and it comes to number 11. That'll be Coco. Coco guarded by his same number, 11, Raekwon Watson. Brings the ball to the midcourt line. The Wildcats down 3. They've trailed by as many as 7 as they launch a 3. Good. 3-point shot. Good. The Wildcats are down 6 again. Wildcats have trailed by as many as 7 in the ball game. Oak Ridge basketball. Ray with it. Caden Brightheart. Brendan Scott. Grayson Strader. Raekwon for 3. Good. 3-point shot for Raekwon. And Coach Green will call a timeout. Back to the 3-point game. 33-30. We'll hold it right here. I know we haven't gotten a lot of breaks in, but great ball movement that time, finding Ray free for a wide open 3.
Oh yeah, that was phenomenal. Started on the baseline, went out to the right baseline there, all the way out, and just circled around to Ray, who was on the left elbow over there for 3. Really nice shot.
I'm looking at Coach Green, and he's pleading with his guys to do something. They're playing hard. This game is so chaotic. Wildcats are a pretty disciplined group, but they can play this style of ball, but Alcoa is just playing it just a little bit better right now in terms of just the mad scramble, and that kind of is taking Oak Ridge off their offense, I think.
Yeah, I think they are. Anytime you kind of match the effort But I still contend that I think Alcoa, they're not going to be able to keep up this pace the entire game. As I said earlier, I only see that they go too deep onto their bench. So I really think that that's going to hurt them later in the game.
33-30, the Wildcats trailing, 4:50 to play third quarter. Their basketball, Alcoa that is. A.J. Love will work the ball in from the baseline. Beautiful gymnasium. We've been here several times. In fact, we were the very first team to ever play in this gym, honestly, against Alcoa. As they work the ball across the line, number 10 drives against Bryson, almost walked with it. They leave a three-point shooter open again. He knocks it down. That's Jabril Coco, and the Wildcats are down 6. Oak Ridge, Caden Brightheart looks into Bryson Comer. Can't get the ball to him. The Wildcats trying to move the ball. Here comes Brennan Scott. No good. Bryson, a big board, gives it back to Ray Ray. Back to Caden Brightheart. Lefty puts it up there for 3. No good. Tracked down. Last touch by Oak Ridge. It'll be their basketball. Coco has been very dangerous here in the second half with a couple of threes.
Would you say Coco's been hot?
Coco's been crisp. 36-30 the score. Coco, hot Coco. Yeah, I got it. Here they come down the floor. I'm a little slow there. 36-30 the score. 4:09 to play, third period. Wildcats. Hahn with it, holds it, gives it up to Carter. Carter, harassed by Ray Ray, takes him into the paint. Oh, great move. Finger roll, shot good. They're up by 8. Just a great move in the paint there, right down the middle of the lane.
Yeah, he's a very athletic player there for Alcoa, David. He has 15 points to lead all scorers.
Straight up with the basketball, looks into Bryson Comer. Brennan Scott for 3. Good. 3-point shot for him. Back to a 5-point game, and he's got 11. 38-33. The Wildcats just playing from behind here as Coco brings it across the line. They're going to have to guard him a little bit more aggressive. Here's Hahn with it at the free throw line to Green. Green fires a pass out to number 12. He drives in, and a blocking foul is going to be called against Bryson Comer. He was dead set on his feet down there, and Danny Chandler missed that one badly. It'll be their basketball, not a shooting violation, but he missed that one. That's one of the few bad ones they've really had.
Yeah, and, that's unfortunate. And apparently Comer went French. He's Comer now.
Here they come down the floor, and they're going to get great defense as Caden Brightheart and Bryson Comer run number 2 Carter out of bounds. So the Wildcats will get it on their turnover. But Oak Ridge trails by 5. There's only 3:19 to play. These quarters just flying on by here. Wildcats with it. Here goes Bryson Comer. Ball is saved by Grayson Strader on a deflection. Wildcats have got to be a lot more careful with their. As the Wildcats get it into Bryson, to Grayson. Grayson gives it off to Brennan. Long 3. Good. Big shot by Brennan Scott. We know he can do that. And the Wildcats trail. They just put it on the wrong side. Down the floor with the basketball. He's got 14. The Wildcats trailing in this one. 2:47 to play by 2, according to the scoreboard. 3 is up, no good. 38-36. Is that the right score? As the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor. Ray, Caden, Brightheart to Bryson Comer. Comer thought about driving. Will back to the goal. There's Ray and the lead. No good. Brightheart back up. Good. And we're tied. 38-38 the score. The Wildcats have come all the way back. Here come the Tornadoes down the floor. Coast to coast. They'll drive with Green. Shoots and scores. Jude Green off the glass. And Coach Ryan Collins calls the timeout. We need one ourselves. 40-38. The Wildcats down 2. 2:12 to play third quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds. David Clary, Mark Hayes, Lee Wexler, Zach Dorman, Ben George, Brian Bennett back here at Alcoa. Oak Ridge down by 2, 40-38. Just a moment ago, they were down 8.
Yeah, great comeback by the Wildcats. And just, nice pass. Tied it up.
Great play there, and we're tied at 40. Wildcats putting on the press, and the ball's loose on the floor. Picked up by Carter, though. Carter going coast to coast with it. Drive, shoots, no good. Ray Watson on the rebound. Here comes Raekwon down the floor. 1:46 to play. Ray throws the ball away. Taken on the floor by the Tornadoes.
No way.
Shot is up. Good. Wow. And I think Danny Chandler has just warned maybe the Oak Ridge bench that conversation is taking place. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball down 2. 42-40 the score, minute 38 to play. I don't know what happened there, but Wildcats.
Possibly Coach Green's father had something to say to the ref. I'm not sure.
I think that's probably correct. Oak Ridge basketball. Here's Ray Ray with it. Outside the line. Dribbles in. Three-pointer, lefty off the glass. Shot no good. Not a good-looking shot that time by Ray Ray. Really kind of forced that one a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely forced that one, David, and it was kind of way off to the right. Talking about forcing it.
They're going to call a foul on the floor against Oak Ridge. Thought they might call it travel there. There was a lot of contact, though. 42-40 the score. It'll be Alcoa basketball. They lead Oak Ridge with a minute 12 to play.
Brightheart picked up his second foul, David.
We got to get him a little bit more involved in the offense as they work the ball in. Then it comes to Carter. Carter throws the ball away. Intercepted by Grayson. Grayson in the rear court. Gives it off to Raekwon. Here comes Ray Ray down the floor. The Wildcats. Grayson Strader dribbles, drives. Brightheart dribbles in. Gives it out to Ray Ray. The Wildcats hold the ball. Now Ray Ray attacks. Goes in. Blocking foul called against the Alcoa Tornadoes. 55.5 seconds to play. Third quarter. Oak Ridge trailing Alcoa 42-40. To the free throw line. Nope, not a shooting violation, obviously. Looking for my phone here. I think that's it over there. Wildcats working into Brightheart. Brightheart works the ball in. Turns, spins, shoots. No good. Rebounded back to Brightheart. Ripped out of his hands. Taken away by Hahn. Hahn shot blocked by Ray Ray. Here come the Wildcats back the other way. Wildcats have numbers. Ray Ray. Brennan Scott. Short. Rebound. Bryson Comer had it. Knocked out by Alcoa. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. What a game, Mark. Fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a very exciting game here, especially in the second half, David, the way the Wildcats have come out and kind of fought back. They were able to tie the game. They trail now by 2, 42-40.
35.8 seconds to play in the third quarter. Oak Ridge basketball. Grayson Strader with the basketball. Works the ball to Raekwon. 32 seconds to play. Back to Grayson. To Brennan Scott. Wildcats. Oh, he had him. Grayson, that was a layup right there. He just didn't see him. Brennan drives in, pulls up 5-footer, is good. We're tied. 42-42 the score. The basketball will come the Tornadoes. 16 seconds to play. Coco, you got to guard him. He can shoot. 42-42 the score. 10 seconds to play third quarter. He drives left, picks up his dribble. That's a travel. I think there was deflection there, but it is a travel, and Oak Ridge gets it with 6 seconds.
Yeah, our player knocked the ball, but it kind of rolled down his leg, so they kind of,
Here comes close. Grayson with 3. Grayson with 2. Ball is knocked out with 0.9 seconds. Wildcats never had good court. Wildcats never had good court spacing right there at all. 0.9 seconds. All they can do is heave it and hope it goes in. 42-42 the score. They'll inbound it from side midcourt. They're looking for a brand new basketball. And they're retrieving it. I'm not exactly sure. They took the basketballs inside the locker room, and there's evidently just too much sweat or something on it. It stopped play here with 0.9 seconds to play. They have it at midcourt. Midcourt shot, no good, as the third quarter comes to a close. 3 quarters of basketball in the books. The Wildcats and Tornadoes are tied at 42. We'll be back to Alcoa for an exciting finish in 60 seconds. Welcome back to Alcoa High School. 42-42 our score. The Wildcats and Tornadoes tied as we play in the fourth quarter here. Their basketball, Coco with it. Guarded by Brennan Scott. The Wildcats have Bryson Comer in the ballgame. Grayson Strader, Caden Brightheart, Bryson Comer. Number 2 drives in against Caden in the paint. Pulls up and shoots short. Grayson Strader has the rebound. Wildcats down the floor. Brennan Scott dribbles outside the line. He wants to fire one up from 3. Dribbles the paint and lost it on the floor. Saved by Grayson, and he gets possession and calls timeout as he was sliding on his back. Mark Haste.
Yeah, I think he was doing the sliding and Coach Green was calling the timeout at the same time.
30 seconds timeout called there by Oak Ridge.
Why don't you run down the scoring to this point in the game?
All right, Oak Ridge led in scoring by Brennan Scott. He has 16 points. Also in double figures is Ray Ray Watson. He has 6 points by Brightheart, 4 points by Strader, 3 points by Russell 2 points, and Lucas Hammond with 2 points as well.
Looking at rebounds, Oak Ridge with 21 rebounds, Alcoa 17. Oak Ridge has turned the ball over 7 times so far. Alcoa as well also has turned the ball over 7 times. Grayson Schrader leading the Wildcats with 8 rebounds. David.
Thanks, Lee. See Coach Scott Cummings across the way there, head coach of the Oak Ridge football team. Taking in basketball here. His son Connor on the team is yet to see action. They haven't played a whole lot of players tonight as the Wildcats have the ball tied at 42. In it comes, three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Caden Brightheart. Back it goes to Scott, to Ray, into Bryson, turning, spinning. Wanted to go up for it, he is fouled. Foul called against the Tornadoes, I think against Ale, but I'm not sure. Nope, it's going to be Carter. Jovan Carter, that's their third team foul. 42-42 the score. The ball is worked into Grayson Strader. Strader backs it up to Ray. Ray penetrates, had a shot. Grayson thought about a three, will not take it. 42-42 the score. Brightheart driving against his man, pulls up, shoots. Good! Wildcats in the lead. 44-42. They've trailed by as many as 8. They trailed most of the first half. They have the lead. Here comes the ball knocked out, I think, by Oak Ridge's Raekwon Watson. 44-42 the score. The Wildcats in the lead by 2.
Great defense, by the Wildcats this entire second half, David. As the Wildcats, as you said, they lead now, 44-42.
6:54 to play in the ball game here from Alcoa. Carter with the basketball, hands it off to Carter. They work the ball to Hahn. Around the horn it goes. Trying to get some motion, getting an easy layup if they can get it. They have to back it up. Good defense by Oak Ridge. Carter against Grayson. Free throw line jumper. Good. Pretty shot. And we're tied at 44. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. 6:29 to play in the ball game. 44-44 the score. The Wildcats with it. Here it goes to Oak Ridge's Brennan Scott. To Strader. Wildcats had Ray early. Here's Brennan in the left corner. Pulls up, shoots a three. No good. Brightheart had good position, but is ripped out of his hands by number 11, Coco. Here they come down the floor. Tied at 44. 6:08 to play. Hahn drive, shoots. Clang. Late whistle. Foul called against Oak Ridge. I believe it's going to go against Raekwon Watson. That's going to send Brady Hahn, 5'10 junior, to the free throw line. 44-44, Alcoa. Free throw missed. He'll have another one. 2 points in the ball game.
0 of 1 now from the line.
Thank you, Mark. Trying to give his team the lead. He does. 45-44, 6:05 to play in the ball game. It's going to come down to the very last second. Here's Oak Ridge down the floor. Caden Brightheart with the basketball. Oh, he had him again. Wildcats have got that play. They just are a little hesitant to throw it. Here's the lob into Bryson. Layup, good. Bryson Comer off the glass, and Oak Ridge leads by 1. 46-45, Hahn with it. Out to the top it goes to Coco, backing it up. 5:39 to play. 46-45, Oak Ridge in the lead. The trap and Carter. They're leaving Hahn free. He shoots a three. That's no good. Raekwon Watson has the rebound. Wildcats with the ball and the lead. Bryson Comer, one dribble. He's fouled by Hahn. That'll send Bryson to the free throw line. Oak Ridge by 1, 46-45, 5:25 to play in the ball game.
That'll be Hahn's first foul of the game, David. Going to the line for the Wildcats will be Bryson Comer. He's got 4 points in the ball game. This will be his first attempt from the free throw line.
He'll have 2 shots, fouled in the act of shooting. Free throw is good. A little hoarse there, Mark. I'm sorry. 47-45, the Wildcats by 2. Back to the free throw line will go Oak Ridge. They just haven't put it up on the board yet. Bryson Comer, second toss. Shoots it. Good. Bryson hits them both. And they still haven't put it up. There we go. 47-45.
48.
The Wildcats, I think, should be up by 3. 48-45. With the basketball will come Carter. Carter drives, shoots, no good. Grayson has the rebound. 48-45 the score. The Wildcats by 3 with the basketball. Raekwon Watson with the basketball. Exactly 5 minutes as they call a kickball, and that was going to be another layup by Bryson Comer.
Yeah, the thing that I noticed, David, Carter, he had 13 points in the first half. He only has 15 total. If you don't foul him, he doesn't go to the line, and you can contain him much better.
Oak Ridge basketball. Wildcats, Brennan Scott with it. Around a screen by Comer. Gives it out to Bryson. Bryson drives to the free throw line. Gives it off to Brightheart. Brightheart looks to Grayson. Back to Ray Ray to Brightheart. Cross court to Comer. Comer looks inside of Ray Ray. Right block. Caden. Brightheart dribbles. Drives. Blocking foul, I think, should have been called because he turned his oh, that's terrible. He turned. That's a foul. It'll be their basketball. 4:38 to play. Brightheart commits his third personal foul. Their basketball. Here comes Coco down the floor. Coco nearly lost it. Grabbed on the floor. Picks up his dribble. Fires it. Gives it over to number 10. That'll be Carter. Carter coast to coast. They work the ball to Hahn. Won't take the three. Coco will. It's on its way. It's good. We're tied. That guy has torched us all night. And we're tied at 48. Oak Ridge Bryson Comer in the paint. Drives in for the shot. He's fouled. Comer will go back to the free throw line. You don't want to be hit by Bryson Comer. And he'll go to the free throw line and he'll have two shots. Coco has torched us all night. We got to get a hand in that guy's face.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, David. As you said, Comer goes to the line. He's doing a great job for the Wildcats down on the block, trying to make space down there and take the ball to the hole. He has so far. He's got 6 points, 2 of 2 from the line.
Misfires on that one. And we remain tied at 48-48. 4:15 to play in the ball game. Bryson Comer, senior, to the free throw line for the Wildcats. Tries to give his team the lead again. He does. 49-48 the score. Here comes Lucas Hammonds. And Bryson should get a nice round of applause from the Oak Ridge fans because Bryson gave great minutes for the Wildcats. His team up by 1. 49-48, 4:10 to play in the basketball game. Coco giving the three again. He nailed it again. All day long. And they lead by 2. You got to get a hand in his face. I can see that from up here. Oak Ridge basketball. Hammond's back in the ball game for the Wildcats. To Ray Ray. The Wildcats down 51-49. 3:47 to play. Brennan Scott inside of Lucas Hammonds goes off his fingertips. They say last touch by Coco. Wildcats might have caught a break.
That was a really good pass. Unfortunately, Hammond just wasn't quite ready to receive that, but if he had been, it would have been another 2 points for the Wildcats.
Brightheart to work the ball in. Yet to do it. Now goes to Hammonds. Goes up for the shot. He's fouled. It's going to be fouled by number 10, Joseph Carter. His second, Lucas Hammonds, to the free throw line. Wherever number 11 is, I hope somebody's in his face the next trip down the floor. It'll be Lucas Hammonds to the free throw line. 51-49. 2 points in the ball game for Lucas, and he misfires. He had made 9 consecutive free throws until that shot right there. 51-49. Toss. He missed them both. And big misses there. Wildcats back on defense. Got to get a stop on defense, down 51-49. With the basketball will come Carter. Bounce pass to Hahn. Hahn a three. It's good. 3-point shot, and the Wildcats are in a little trouble here. Here comes Brennan Scott for 3. He knocks it down. Wildcats call a timeout. It's a full timeout. Wildcats down 2, 54-52. Brennan Scott, a big three-pointer.
He's got 19 points in the ball game, David. And let's see, at the end of the first half, he only had 6. So he scored 13 points here in the second half.
54-52 the score. The Wildcats down 2. 3 minutes, 17 seconds to play in the ball game. They come in at 5-1. The Wildcats come in at 4-0. They've had some impressive wins, and it's a good basketball team, and I don't know what they're missing off the football team. That team's going to be hard to deal with the rest of the way.
Yeah, and they typically are, David. I mean, Alcoa always feels quite a good, both football and basketball. So I see them going deep. How deep did they go in the season last year?
I didn't look them up, honestly, to be honest with you, but they've got a good core, I can tell you that. They're not incredibly large, But maybe the large guys are getting ready to play Giles County tomorrow in the state championship ball game. 3:17 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge trailing now, 54-52. I think their biggest lead in the second half was 3, I believe. Then they hit a 3 to tie it, and it's been Alcoa taking over since that time. Here comes Coco down the floor to Hahn. He's a good shooter. Brady Hahn hit a 3 just a moment ago. They hand it off to Carter. 3:08 to play. Brightheart guarding Carter at the midcourt circle. 54-52. They've got the floor spread for Carter to drive, I would assume. Now to Coco in the left corner. 2-point game. There's a turnover. That's a travel right there. That's a travel. It'll be their basketball. Number 10 with it to Hahn. Hahn, block shot. Wildcats, Raekwon's got it. Wildcats running the floor. Raekwon pulls up. Off the glass shot, no good. Rebound off the face of Bryson Comer out of bounds. They missed a travel down here, but the Wildcats missed a bunny on the other end.
Yeah, they did, unfortunately, David, as Alcoa will have the ball under the Wildcats basket.
54-52, the Wildcats trailing it. 2:35 to play in the ball game. Hahn with the basketball, holds it, gives it over to Carter. Precious time ticking down. They need a stop on defense. Carter, guarded by Raekwon. Stops, fires it over to Hahn. Around to the left side it goes to Love. Love to Carter. Carter goes in for the shot, no good. He does draw the foul on the floor against Oak Ridge. Not a shooting violation. It'll be their basketball. Brennan Scott called for the foul. 2:18 to play. 54-52 Alcoa. Hahn fires it in, and it comes to Carter against Caden Brightheart. Dribbles out to the top to number 10. Wants to take Grayson in the paint. Pulls up, shoots, no good. Bryson Comer with the basketball. I don't think that's the shot they wanted, Mark.
No, he knew.
Oh, Bryson walks with it.
There's a turnover by the Wildcats.
Tough going there for Bryson Comer. He got the ball. I think he saw the lane open up wide and just took an extra step. Good call by the official. 54-52, but still a 2-point Alcoa lead. Oak Ridge has had some opportunities, haven't been able to capitalize on them. Here's Carter against Brightheart. Shooting, no good. Charge called against Alcoa. Carter is called for a foul, and that's a tough one against them.
Yeah, it is, but I agree with the call. I mean, the Oak Ridge Wildcats, he was set down there. You know, he wasn't moving, so a great call, and fortunate for the Wildcats.
Wildcats will work the ball in. Minute 55 to play, 54-52. Raekwon Watson down the floor for the Wildcats. Grayson Strader, Caden Brightheart, Brennan Scott, Marcus Peters in the ball game. Brennan shakes, bakes, in the right corner, trap, inside of Grayson. He'll turn, he'll spin, he'll shoot, no good. Gets his own rebound, lost it. Wildcats, once again, fail on an opportunity as Hahn brings the ball down the floor. Here comes Hahn driving. Shot is no good. Offensive player control foul again. Minute 26 to play. Wildcats have had their opportunities, 3 straight trips, but Alcoa has had their opportunities too. Neither team able to capitalize, but Alcoa still has the lead.
Yeah, you know, the game is just getting more and more tense as the clock ticks down, David. We've been stuck at 54-52 here for a little while.
Minute 26 to play in the ball game. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Not exactly sure what play is stopped. Whatever the reason is. I don't know. Coach Green is calling Marcus Peters out of the game. Bryson Comer is going to check in. Marcus has been in the game for a while. I don't know if he's bleeding or what, but he's out. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Wildcats changed their inbounds play here. It'll be Grayson to work it into Raekwon. 54-52. 1 minute, 23 seconds to play in the ball game. The Wildcats trailing by 2. Raekwon to Grayson Strader. Wildcats with the ball. Raekwon with it. Will he take his man to the hole? No. He brings the ball to the free throw line and backs it up. Now accelerates in. Splits. Shot is blocked. Out of bounds by Oak Ridge basketball. 1 minute, 7 seconds to play. Good defense by the Tornadoes. Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. Strader will try to work the ball in, and then it comes to Brightheart. Brightheart takes his man strong. He lost the ball. Wildcats just can't get it done here in the last 2 minutes. Their basketball, number 10. And Alcoa calls a timeout. So many opportunities missed by the Wildcats. Alcoa in the lead with 56.4 seconds. The Wildcats desperately need another stop.
Yeah, they do, and I think the key is don't foul either, because Alcoa seems to be forcing up some shots right now, and the Wildcats are doing a good job of rebounding. So as long as they don't foul here, I think they'll be all right. Earlier
tonight, the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats suffered their 4th defeat of the year. They lost to Alcoa after a valiant first half where they trailed by only 3. They ended up losing by big margin, 20-plus, I think, in the game. Mark, what was the final score?
62-40.
So they lost by 22, but it was a close game in the first half, but just so limited with the amount of players they have in terms of experience and just ability to come out and play in a tough game, and they got beat. And it was a tough loss for the Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, it was. And I wasn't able to hear the interview with Coach Taylor, but it sounds like she recognizes that we're early in the season, we're playing some really tough competition.
54-52, Oak Ridge trailing by 2. Tornado basketball, they work the ball in, behind the back dribble, number 10 fires it out to the top. Almost a turnover there, the Wildcats trapping. Here it goes to Hahn. Hahn got it by Marcus Peters. Dribbles right, they work out of trouble. Here comes the trap. 5 seconds should have been called. It was not called. It'll be a foul called against Oak Ridge. It'll go against Marcus Peters. 43.4 seconds to play. It is the 7th team foul. 1 in the bonus. To the line will go Brady Hahn. Wildcats playing with Marcus Peters along with Grayson Strader. Wildcats have Caden Brightheart and Ray in the ball game. Brennan Scott. Hahn will have 1 in the bonus. Here's the 1. He missed it. Rebound, Oak Ridge. Brightheart's got it. Here come the Wildcats, down by 2. 54-52, 38 seconds to play. Marcus Peters with the basketball. Who wants to take this final shot? Brightheart dribbles, drives, inside, Ray, tie game. 54-54, great play by Oak Ridge. Brightheart, I believe he was the guy to give it to Ray to tie it, but unfortunately, there's 28 seconds left to go in the game.
Yeah, but you got to take the 2 points when you got them, David, and I think the Alcoa defense was just over-pursuing there, trying to be very aggressive, which you can't fault them for that, but they left Ray wide open underneath.
54-54 the score. I'm going to let you talk for a second. I'm going to grab something real quick.
All right, as you said, David, Oak Ridge, they tied it up 54-54 with 28.1 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Been a very exciting ballgame, kind of been back and forth here, especially in the second half. Oak Ridge trailed at the end of the first quarter 18-15. Then they trailed at the half 30-25, so they were outscored in the second quarter 12-10. Wildcats in the second half really picked it up, outscoring them Tornadoes 17-12 in the third quarter, and now it's tied up 54-54 with 28.1 seconds remaining in the ballgame.
Alcoa basketball. The Wildcats have Marcus Peters, Grayson Strader, Brennan Scott, Ray in the ball game, Caden Brightheart. Oak Ridge cheerleaders made a ton of noise. They worked the ball to Carter. Carter trapped in the rear court, gives it off to Coco. Coco with it to Hahn. 22 seconds to play. Hahn, left side, three-pointer. Clang off the iron, no good. Brennan Scott's got the rebound. Brennan Scott, coast to coast, finger rolls it, good! Oak Ridge on top. Oak Ridge leads 56-54, 11.2 seconds. The Wildcats, a great finger roll bucket there by Brennan Scott.
Oh, just you could tell, David, he was determined to go down and score, and he just weaved in and out of the defenders by Alcoa and just went all the way. And as you said, finger roll with the right hand.
But 11.2 seconds to play. The good news is the Wildcats have the lead, 56-54. I was trying to get Lee Wexler to find when the last time we played overtime. It has been a while since the Wildcats played overtime. Hopefully 2000 and, well, check the other page. There might be two pages there. Yes, 2016. And who was it against? Davy Crockett. 2 games. You remember those?
Oh, no.
One at the Arby's Classic, one in the sectional ball game, both overtime ball games.
Yeah, those 2 games against Davy Crockett that year were phenomenal games.
Alcoa basketball. Oak Ridge on top, 11.2 seconds to play, leading 56-54. Tornadoes. A 3 will win it. A 2 will send us to overtime. 7 seconds. Carter dribbling. 3 blocks it. Oak Ridge blocks the shot. Oak Ridge wins. Oak Ridge is going to win. Carter, Grayson Strader blocks the shot. Grayson Strader smacks his stuff to the hardwood. 0.3 seconds to play. Grayson Strader. Big time play for the Wildcats. Foul called. Raekwon Watson to the free throw line. Oak Ridge, 1 free throw, and we can head back to the Ridge. The Wildcats on top, 56-54. What a big play. Raekwon shoots, no good. And the game is over. Oak Ridge has won. 56-54. What a game. What an end to the ball game, Marquez. What a huge block by Grayson Strader, and the Wildcats win it 56-54.
Yeah, that was, just incredible play there by Strader, David. As you said, that block shot of Carter, who had done everything for the Alcoa Tornadoes. Just key play there by Strader blocking that shot. Oak Ridge got the ball, went down. Ray took the ball down. He got fouled, went to the line, didn't make the free throw, but it didn't matter.
56-54. Listen to my voice. The Wildcats win. So let's take a break here. We'll